What's going on, everybody? How you guys doing today? Welcome back to another episode of Wild Talk Podcast. I am your host, Wildbell TV, joined by my lovely co-host, ZooTube94. Zoo, how you doing today?
Great as always. How about you, brother?
I am doing great. As always, I'm excited for our episode that we have today. I feel a little biased, though, because it's our show, so of course I'm excited.
Yeah.
For those keeping track, this is our fourth episode. It is a Wednesday. We've been trying to hit these on Wednesdays. Wild Talk Wednesday is what we've been saying in the Discord. And today is November 4th, 2020. Big day, obviously, for those who live in America, and I feel like really the whole world knows. Yesterday was our election day. It is still going on now currently. A lot of mail-in ballots, a lot of ballots still being counted. Currently, as of right now, it's 7:07 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Joe Biden is winning, and he looks like he will become the 46th president of the United States. But there are still possibilities for Donald Trump to win, which I know some people in the chat are Trump supporters, and we have some that are Biden supporters. So, with that being said, let's just kind of jump right into our first topic today, Zoo.
Yeah.
And as always, I kind of like I let you kick it off. So if you want, go ahead and let's jump right into our first topic.
Yeah, so our first topic is coming from Xbox, Microsoft, whatever you want to call them. Phil Spencer said that the Xbox Game Pass, which is a service that you can buy for, I don't know the pricing right now, but
I can
where
tell
you
you
can
the
just
pricing.
get a whole, yeah, you got the
down.
prices.
Yeah, I have it all written down.
But it just gives you a whole bunch of games for a shorter cost.
Okay.
It's okay, but he says it's completely sustainable,
So,
and Xbox is not looking forward to raising the price at all.
so I
which
think
is kind of sketch.
That is, it seems kind of sketchy, but I also think it's pretty incredible if it's true, right? We have a lot of companies who say things that, oh, we're not gonna. Let's take CD Projekt Red. I feel like they're going to be continuously talked about on this show and for everywhere. Companies always say one thing, and then typically they, not always, but they can tend to do the other, right? We're not going to have any layout. We're not going to have any more delays. We're not going to have any mandatory crunch. But we know CD Projekt Red, they did all of those things multiple times. So with Microsoft and, Xbox, Phil Spencer coming out and saying, hey, we're not going to raise the price of this. It's sustainable. It's pretty impressive considering everything that comes with it. For those who don't know, Phil Spencer, he's the executive vice president of gaming at Microsoft. But so there are 3 tiers to the Game Pass. The first 2 tiers are for PC or console, not both. They are $10 a month. For some reason, only on PC you can get your first month for $1. On console, I didn't see that option, which I didn't understand. But anyway, what comes with both of these packages, if you were to pay for them, again, $10 a month, you get access to over 100 PC or 100 console games, depending which one you purchase for. New games are constantly, being added. One of the nice benefits is day one exclusives of Xbox.
This
go
is huge.
straight to the Game Pass. So if you just pay $10 a month, you can play the newest, Halo. When Microsoft Flight Sim came out, you could play that. You didn't have to go out and actually spend $60 to play that game, which is pretty impressive that they put exclusives on there day one. And then you just get some like other little deals here and there, like some stuff like that. But then they have their third tier. So PC and console, those were the first 2. The third tier is their Ultimate Edition, or whatever they want to call it. Yeah, Ultimate. And that is $15 a month, so only an extra $5. And this is kind of where you get the most bang for your buck, right? So this Game Pass allows you to have access to play games on PC and console. It also gives you their Xbox Live Gold membership, which is a $60 a year service. You get that. That's $60. Well, it was $60 a year. It says on here that it's $10 a month, which would mean it's $120 a year, which I don't ever remember paying $120 for Xbox Live Gold. But let's just say it's $120 or $10 a month. Maybe they've changed it up since I've played on console. So for $15 a month, you get the PC and console access. You get Xbox Live Gold, which allows you to play games on your Xbox online with your friends. You also get access to, this is another topic we're going to talk about tonight, their Xcloud gaming service, which is basically their streaming platform for you to stream PC games, console games to your Android phone. to just another computer that might not have, the games installed on it, so you don't have to actually download the game and install it. So you do get a lot of access for $15 a month, which I think is pretty cool. And you also get the access to the gold benefits, which, if you're familiar with the gold benefits, every so often they give away free games. Usually they're old games, like 3-4 years old, but still, it's a free game that you might have wanted to play. It's been on your wish list, and you could potentially get it for free. And if it's the way that gold always works, you could cancel your ultimate and still keep that free game you got because you got it for free when you had gold. So if you're
That's
looking
crazy.
if you're looking to not buy games, or you don't want to have, I guess really just if you don't want to pay $60 for a brand new game, or just to try out a game, because I mean you really don't. Like, are GameStops even a thing? Where do you go sell a game back anymore? And you can't return a digital game. No. So like, if you don't want to just risk a game for $60 to see if you like it, Game Pass is a great way to go. I've had Game Pass twice now. I've used the PC version for $1 to play Forza Horizon 4, which was a great game. Had a lot of fun with it. And then when Microsoft Flight Sim came out, I wanted to try that. So I just did my $1 a month for the Ultimate, which is also a thing. You get 1 month for $1. So I had the Ultimate for a little bit to try Microsoft Flight Sim out, and you're able to just cancel it, no problem. It's super easy if you don't want to continue paying for it, and it was pretty cool. There were a few other games that I tried out on there, but those were the two games that I played primarily.
Yeah, I tried it, but I downloaded a load of games and played it like for 2 days, and then I never went back.
Never went back. So
yeah,
the one issue that I had with the Xbox Game Pass, at least being on PC, the Xbox Game Store. And if you Google this issue, has like issues, everyone's having this issue is what I'm trying to say, is the downloads of the games are like,
oh yeah,
they're like, they stop at like 20 megabits a second. They're very slow. They're super slow. Like, they don't download quickly at all. Like, downloading Microsoft Flight Sim, I swear to God, took almost like an entire day, like a full 24 hours. Which would never happen on Steam or Epic Launch or something. So something with like the Microsoft Store really didn't seem to like, they were capping the data limit that you could use, and you can go through and Google a bunch of different fixes for that, and every one that I did not work. So so that was kind of like the only downfall to it for me personally, was just how slow that because I have a gigabit internet speed, so like I typically download things pretty quick. That's never an issue for me, but through the Microsoft Store was a pain.
But yeah, all that aside, it's just like super weird that they're giving out brand new games day one for $10 when they're like full AAA games that are 60, maybe 70 now going up.
Yep.
But I don't think they've talked about the $70 price on Xbox. I know Sony said they're doing it.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen it for Xbox yet. I don't know if Microsoft has come out and said if they're going to go with that model or not. I mean, you would have to assume they would, right? If Sony's going to do it, you would assume Microsoft would, but who knows? It could keep them more competitive and say, hey, we're not doing that. We're going to stay at 60. But speaking of Sony, one thing I found very interesting, actually, at the time of me finding this article, which was today around like 3 o'clock, it was 12 hours old. Phil Spencer did an interview with maybe PC Gamer. I can't remember which article I read it from, and I probably should have wrote that down. But he did an interview saying what their plans are for the future of Xbox Game Pass and Xcloud, their streaming platform. And one thing that I thought was pretty interesting is they're trying is they're like not like actually coding yet, but they're like in talks. They said they think it'd be a great idea to bring Xbox Game Pass and their Xcloud gaming service to Nintendo Switch and Sony PlayStation to allow those players who do not have access to a Microsoft console and Xbox to play Xbox exclusives, which is really what is on Xbox Game Pass. I mean, obviously there's other games, but what do you think about that? Do you think Nintendo and Sony would go for it? Obviously Microsoft wants to do it because that just grows their user base. It allows them to gain more revenue. Do you think Nintendo or Sony would ever go for that?
I definitely don't think Sony would, because they're very tough with working with other companies.
Yeah.
But Nintendo, maybe I could see it maybe come to the Switch.
How cool would
that'd
that
be? Really
though?
Interesting.
I don't know if the current. So this is going to sound stupid considering that the xCloud gaming service is on Android phones, because the minimum requirements aren't that crazy, But I also don't feel like the Switch would perform very well doing like the xCloud gaming, the streaming games. I just don't think it would.
It's interesting that you mentioned that because they just came out with. Do you know the game Control?
I do not know.
It's a game about this girl becoming a CEO and she has like these abilities. They
Okay.
just brought out a cloud version of that on Switch.
Did they?
Yeah,
Interesting.
so
So maybe
that's
the
really
Switch,
interesting.
maybe the Switch can handle it. I don't know. I mean, if it runs on Android phones, it would make sense that the Switch would. But for some reason, like I don't know. I always picture this, and I love my Switch. I have one. I just picture it,
Yeah, I love it.
underpowered a little bit, right? Like I just know sometimes when I'm playing Breath of the Wild, I can feel when it like lags a little bit, and that's
Yeah.
just playing straight from the game cartridge. Like I don't know how well it would work, streaming the game over the internet. You're gonna have to have a solid connection as well. Like I don't know. I just feel like it might be a little iffy. And for anybody who sees all these random flashes going on my face and in the screen, just super side note, I have the election results on above me, and the TV's playing commercials and everything. So if you're wondering what's going on, that's what's going on. But I didn't mean to side note our conversation there. I just wanted to because I just noticed that.
Yeah,
it's
no, I was
flashing
interested too.
screens. Yeah, so I don't know. I'd be interested to see, if they actually try to make this push to the Switch and the PlayStation.
Yeah.
But he said that's definitely their plans for the future. He said their main focus right now is trying to get it to iOS. So in the article that I read, so it's already available on Android. It's in beta, but it's available on Android. So if you have an Android phone, you can go play it. You can download it and access it if you have Xbox Pass, the Gold Pass Ultimate Edition.
Yeah.
The article that I read said that there were iOS beta testers, but I think they only gave it out to, it was either 1,000 or 10,000 people, which either way is not a very big majority of people to test that out. So the fact that they're testing it out with either 1,000 to 10,000 people means that they must have, plans of it working. I think one of the things the article was saying though was it's more so on Apple's side, like some restrictions that Apple may have with like game streaming to their device they were kind of hinting at. So I don't think it's more of like, it's not like a limitation on the iOS side. It's more of like, will Apple allow us to do this basically? Because you have a little more leeway with Android and the apps that you can put on the on the Google Play Store.
Yeah, I never thought about that because I know that this has been very controversial. Apple takes 30% of in-game purchases from apps, from all of its apps.
That's why.
So I'm wondering if that's like one of the big problems that Xbox is having.
Yeah. So does that mean? Because look what happened with Apple and Epic. They removed Fortnite. They removed Epic's developer account.
Yeah.
Like Epic does not have a developer account. Last time that I looked, they didn't have one. Fortnite should not be on the App Store anymore because I don't think there's been a resolution in place. So. That brings a good point. Like, would Apple try to take, so say those prices for the Ultimate, which is what allows you to get access to the xCloud gaming, is $15 a month. Is Apple going to want 30% of that $15 a month? Is Microsoft going to give into that? Are they going to pay that just to broaden their user base that much more? It might be worth it. Microsoft is filthy rich. Like they could literally, like Apple could take 50% if they wanted, and it wouldn't affect Microsoft in the slightest. But that's not the point. Just because they're rich doesn't mean they're going to just say, whatever, go do it. So I'd be curious to see, would Apple try to import or implement that 30% tax on that price, or would it be on something else? Like, what would it be on? Because the game isn't necessarily so they even take 30% on I'm pretty sure in-app purchases as well. It's not just so the game isn't actually if you were playing Halo's not on iOS. You just are using the xCloud app to then connect to Microsoft servers to play Halo. So if you purchase any cosmetic stuff in Halo, for example, Apple's not going to see any of that money because you're not buying anything on their servers. Does that make sense? So I think that's what Phil Spencer was kind of more so if we can get it to work with Apple. It doesn't seem like a hardware limitation. It seems like if we can figure this whole logistics thing out to work. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I wonder if Xbox would do something like you have to buy it on the Microsoft Store and then it's available in the app.
Yeah, maybe.
But I don't know if Apple would like that.
Yeah, I don't know
either.
So I guess it seems like that's their next step before they even try doing Switch and PlayStation. So we should see more.
Yeah.
It's coming soon. I mean, there was no ETA in the article, but that seems to be
we'll
that their
definitely
next.
Have to keep an eye on it.
Yeah, we definitely want to keep an eye on it because I mean, it seems like cloud gaming is really. I hate saying the way of the future because we've seen how bad a lot of cloud gaming services are. I mean, just Google Stadia, that was terrible. It had a huge flop. I think Amazon brought out a service, and there was one other service that I can't remember now that I wanted to mention.
Oh yeah, I forgot Amazon's bringing out that new one. I can't remember what it's called though.
Yeah, and it's just like the cloud gaming services really don't seem to be like. They seem to be the way of the future because it seems like that's what people are pushing for, but it doesn't seem like the technology is there yet. Like, I don't know if it's a limitation on hardware side. I don't know if people just don't have good connections because you're going to have a great internet connection to avoid any type of latency issues. And even if you could, on the other side of that, have a great internet connection, but there just could be like latency issues between the server and your actual device, nothing with your internet. Like, so it really just like, it feels like it needs to be ironed out more, but it could be something pretty impressive if it gets ironed out.
Yeah, it's almost like VR.
I was just going to say it's almost like VR. I was just going to say that.
Because now with VR, we got the new Oculus Rift 2, I think it's called. Something like that. And it's like, there's no wires, there's no cameras that you have to set up. It's just the headset and the controllers.
Yep.
And the Facebook account that everybody's
Isn't that like the Rift S or whatever? The mobile one where you don't have to like plug it into anything, right? That's the one you're talking about? Like, it's not mobile, you don't like put your phone in it or whatever, but like it's like its own, it's all built into the console, like the headset. Right? I believe it's called I think it's called the S. I don't know for sure.
Gotcha.
But yeah, that's one that like doesn't plug into your computer or anything. It has its own like processing power and GPU, which is impressive. So, and that's exactly what I was gonna say. This kind of seems like we're in the beginning stages of how VR was. It was more like not a toy, but it was more for developers to have and like work on. Where now VR is actually getting to the point where like it's kind of pretty solid. Like it's actually pretty good. Where if we get to this stage of the cloud-based gaming like we are in VR, it actually might be worth it. Like, could you just imagine sitting at like whenever we're allowed to travel again? Say you're sitting at the airport waiting for your plane and you're just connected to the Wi-Fi. You can use a Bluetooth controller to plug into your iPad or your Android tablet, not plug in, but connect, and you can just play Halo or play Forza, play Microsoft Flight, play whatever you want while you're just sitting there on an iPad. That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, when Google Stadia was first announced, I was like one of the biggest supporters.
I know.
I was at
Didn't
school
you actually use it? Yeah. I was gonna say I thought you actually like signed up and used it or whatever.
Yeah, Stadia had a free trial going on, so I tried it. But when it was first announced, I was still in school, and it was senior year, so I had like absolutely nothing to do most of the classes. So I was like, it'd be so sick if I could just pull out my phone and just start playing Halo, Call of Duty. So I was like, I really want this to happen. And then when it came out, I was like,
was it that bad?
Gotta wait. Yeah, it was that terrible.
I haven't tried it. I mean, I remember you and I briefly talking about it when you actually did give that free trial, like a test run. And I remember you saying it wasn't there. It wasn't worth it.
Yeah, it still got a few years to go, but I'm excited to see what happens with it, how other companies take it.
Yeah. Well, Google's like obviously one of the biggest tech giants ever, so you would assume they would implement something that would work flawlessly on like kind of the first attempt. Maybe not the first attempt, but after a while, I feel like Stadia should, or is it Stadia? Stadia? I don't.
Yeah, Stadia.
Stadia. Okay. I don't know. You would feel like by now it's probably all the bugs are ironed out, but I feel like it's not yet. So hopefully Microsoft can kind of come in and implement something, differently than them. So the Xcloud gaming service is going to be running on their, and I'm probably going to say this incorrectly as well, their Azure, Azure. That's like a DevOps thing they use like for coding stuff. It's running on those servers. It's supposed to be like a real like a real light client that's going to be able to allow for better performance for Xcloud. I have no idea what Stadia runs on or any of that stuff, so I have no idea. But some other things I found out about Xcloud, which was not a ton of stuff, but I found out that they recommend you connect to a 5 gigahertz Wi-Fi connection, not a 2.4, or if you're going to be using a 2.4, or your cellular data plan, you have to have at least 10 megabits per second download speed or higher to not have any issues, to have optimal performance, they said. So that
Yikes.
should be doable, right? 10 megabits. I mean, that should be doable. If you have 4G, that should be completely fine.
But it also depends on like where you're going, because if you're going to like a very big place like in Orlando Disney, that's gonna be awful. Maybe I don't know how well their internet is there.
I mean, it depends on their Wi-Fi, but like if you just simply were going based off of like say just the data connection, like if you're in Disney, that's a ton of people pinging off the same towers using like that's a lot of traffic being in that area. You're not gonna get. I mean, you're in Disney, so you're probably not gonna want to play games, but hell, you might if you're standing in line for an hour and a half and you have nothing to do. So I mean, you might want to. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like with the amount of traffic that's in there, you probably wouldn't get the correct download speeds for it on a wireless connection, like just your cellular connection. But I don't know. Maybe I don't work on the cell phone towers. I have no idea.
Me either.
You know. All right. Did you have anything else you want to talk about for the Xcloud game? Oh, one last thing I wanted to say. I saw that Microsoft was creating. Now this is only for Android phones yet, but they have created and are selling accessories for smartphones that allow you to basically like I saw one. It's almost like a Switch. You put like two ends of an Xbox controller.
Oh yeah.
And you like clip your phone in between it, so it's like a Switch, but it's an Xbox controller on the sides, and then your phone goes in the middle, which I thought was kind of cool.
Yeah, those have been around for a while, but it's all been like third party stuff.
Yeah, so it's the reason I thought this was cool
is coming in.
Yeah, it was like an actual like Xbox controller handles instead of just being some random.
They'll do it right.
Yeah, instead of being some random third party that just is not gonna like be ergonomically correct and it'll hurt your hand after like 20 minutes probably. So yeah, I thought it was cool that it was like Xbox controllers on the end.
Yeah, it'll be fun to see what they do with XCloud, like what all the accessories, what they're gonna promote it by.
Yep, I agree. We got to keep an eye on that.
Yeah, I want to mention the again that it's like super sus that they're bringing that they just had that they just bought Bethesda for $7 billion.
That's right. I forgot about that. Yeah.
And they're still saying that it's all sustainable. Like
so that's another
more than Disney did on Marvel and Star Wars combined, and you're saying like $15 is good.
Yeah, and those games are going on the Gold Pass or the Game Pass, are they not?
Yeah, day one, all the next Bethesda games except for Deathloop, because that's a Sony exclusive.
Oh, okay.
But all the other ones are going to be there day one.
Yeah, and Microsoft is saying, "Hey, it's cool." See, this is what I'm saying. Microsoft has just that like ridiculous money that they don't like.
Yeah.
Don't care. Like if Apple wants the 30%, Microsoft would be like, "Yeah, sure, like whatever." Like we literally could burn like probably $1 million a day and we wouldn't lose our money.
Did you ever hear about what they're doing with GameStop?
No.
So they said, "Hey, GameStop, you're gonna about to die. So let's cut a deal."
Microsoft cut this deal with GameStop?
Yeah.
Okay.
And they said, I can't remember exact details, but I'm pretty sure it was like, if somebody purchases a console from your store, we'll give you some of that percentage, and then everything that they buy on that console after that, they'll also get a percentage of that.
Like digital games and stuff they buy on the console?
Yeah, so like all the V-Bucks, all the games that you buy, they're gonna get
GameStop's about to be rich again.
They're about to make that money.
That's wild. Why?
Yeah, it's really crazy.
Microsoft do that? Why do they want a brick and mortar store that bad? Like,
I don't think they ever announced it, but a lot of people are saying like maybe it's just like a courtesy thing. Like, you guys helped us out so much when we were going. How about we just help you move along?
I mean, maybe. I mean, that's definitely going to give GameStop life again, right? You know, I don't know how many people are going to buy consoles at GameStop anymore, but I can imagine.
Well, they're all sold out, so probably a lot of people.
Yeah, true. Yeah. So yeah, right now, so is it like in effect right now? Like for all the new Xboxes that are coming out? Like,
I don't know if it's in effect right now, but it's probably going to be in soon since the new consoles are coming out.
Yeah, because like we have holiday season coming up. Everyone's going to want to buy those new consoles. Like, so say you don't think to go to GameStop, you call Best Buy, oh, we're sold out. So you're like, all right, where else can I buy them? Fuck, like maybe GameStop's still open, so I'll call GameStop. Like that's going to be pretty lucrative for GameStop very soon.
It's wild that they're doing that.
Yeah, that is wild. All right, I'm going to move us on to our next topic, which we have some videos that we're going to play for this. And This is a pretty interesting topic, and I'm sure a lot of you have seen this. Pokimane, one of the biggest Twitch streamers, I believe she's one of the biggest ones. I feel like she's definitely one of the most like recognizable ones outside of the streaming world, has just announced that she has limited her donations to a $5 maximum, meaning that nobody can give her any more than $5 in a donation through Streamlabs. For those who are listening and don't understand or know what the donation would be, when you watch a Twitch streamer, which is where we are recording this now currently, you can donate money to them via PayPal. I think you can use like Bitcoins. I really don't know. Yeah, Streamlabs allows you to like turn a bunch of different currencies into a donation to the streamer. And for a while, I don't think there was a limit. I don't know what the limit. Like you see streams getting $1,000, $2,000 donations, and Pokimane, one of the biggest streamers on Twitch, has limited her donations to just $5 only. So what I actually want to do is I have the clip of her talking about this and why she's doing it, and I'm going to go ahead and play that now for everyone. This is going to cover up our faces while I play these clips, so just bear with us. I want you guys to see these though, so I'm going to go ahead and play it. So I don't know if you want to listen to it on your end as well.
Yeah, I will.
All right, let's see. I have a clip up now. All right, I'm going to go ahead and start this clip right now, guys.
I worked with Streamlabs in order to create a custom donation cap of $5 on my channel. I think this might be the first time they've ever done that. I'm not really sure. I just really want to thank you guys for supporting me when I was in high school, when I was in $20,000 in debt in university, to the very, very lucky place where I am today, and where I consider anything more than that just unnecessary. I worked.
Okay, so there you go. You heard it straight from her. This was a clip that was posted to Livestream Fails. It's been cycling around the internet on various different websites and Twitter and stuff like that. So I have a few other reactions that I want to play from other streamers, some big time streamers. But before we get into those reactions, what do you guys think about, guys, I mean you, Zoo, what do you think about that, about one of the biggest Twitch streamers setting a $5 maximum for donations?
I think it's very admirable because she came out with a tweet explaining this a little bit more, and she said, worked with Streamlabs to create a donation cap of $5 for my channel. Thank you for supporting me to the point where I consider anything more than that unnecessary. To anyone that was more generous, please stop. Please support growing channels, charities, and treat yourself. So it's just kind of like a cool vibe. Like,
yeah,
thank you guys so much, but I'm all right. Help everybody else out.
Oh, there is
that's just like so cool.
There is that joke that goes around Twitch all the time. It says, "Why do you donate $100 to a millionaire?" Right? Millionaires don't need any more money. And for those who don't know, these streamers, they are millionaires. They make a ton of money.
Yeah.
Just in subscriptions alone. I mean, I don't know how many Pokimane has for example, for her, but like for Tim the Tatman, at most points he has anywhere from 40 to 45,000 subscribers a month. If you do just the smallest number, which is 250, which he clearly has tier 2 and tier 3 subs, I mean, every month he's making how many hundreds of thousands of dollars? Like, is that like 80-some thousand or 80-some thousand dollars? I don't know. Terrible with math.
I'm not good with math.
No idea. But regardless, he's making people's yearly salaries in a month, and that is just strictly based on subscribers, not based on any donations, not based on any bits, which can be donated through Twitch, which Twitch gets a piece of the bits when you purchase them. So
I know Pokimane has a deal, a monthly or a yearly deal with Twitch. I don't know about Tim.
Okay.
Do you know if he does?
I don't.
So that's
how much
even
is
more
hers?
money on top of it.
What's the yearly deal for subscriber year? Like you buy a year straight up, or what is it?
No, just for her to stream on their service.
Oh, you mean that she has like a contract? Oh, yeah. So that started happening obviously years ago, 2 years ago, maybe 2.5 years ago, whenever Ninja left Twitch and went to Mixer, RIP Mixer. They're no longer here. Microsoft, they tried. Like, they didn't throw enough money at it. But whenever Twitch started pulling like big name streamers like that, they pulled them, they pulled Shroud. I think Twitch really was like, shit, we need to try to start signing our big names, because for a while, I don't think any of these big names were actually getting paid contracts with Twitch. I think this is a more recent thing. I'm sure there were some people that were, but I don't think it was like kind of across the board. I feel like a lot of the big time streamers now are getting paid to actually stream on Twitch, like like a salary almost.
Yeah, because Pokimane didn't announce that she had that she got a deal with Twitch was earlier this year.
Okay.
So she just got it.
Oh, she
this
just
year.
got it. All right.
So
she's
yeah.
and maybe that could be another reason why she limited her donations to $5, right? Because I'm assuming she got a pretty big bag from Twitch, because Twitch is now owned by Amazon, so that doesn't necessarily mean they have all of Amazon's money, but for it being the biggest streaming
they're
platform,
making a lot more than that when they weren't.
Yeah, that's very true. But for it being the biggest streaming platform out there, it would be stupid of Amazon and Twitch to not invest in these content creators, because yes, Mixer's not available anymore, but there's still YouTube gaming, there's still Facebook gaming. Like, there are still other options that places can go to. There's Plexstorm, we have all of these. So I joke, but
I didn't want to bring it up.
I know, I joke, but so there are other options where people can go to. So it does make sense for Twitch or Amazon, whichever one are making these like executive level decisions, to actually start paying their content creators, their big name ones, to keep them and keep their brand and keep their viewers around. So I do like that she limited it to $5 though, regardless of what the reason was, if it was because of her getting a deal, or if it was really because, how she said, go support yourself, go support smaller streamers, donate it to a charity. I think it's pretty admirable, like you said. Do you think any other big name streamers will follow?
I'm hoping that some will, like Ninja, because he makes already billions every year.
Yeah, the amount of money he makes is insane.
I hope like other bigger streamers that don't need it, that actually are getting paid by Twitch, do it just out of good heart.
Yeah.
Not just like to bandwagon, but like, hey, I'm admirable too.
Yeah. Because she's the first one to ever do this.
Not just for the attention.
I mean, that we know of at least. I'm sure there might be some people. Like, I know there's some smaller streamers and stuff who have donations turned off because they said they don't want to deal with the hassle. Like, you have chargebacks and, stuff like that. So I know there's people like that. But in terms of big name streamers, she's the first one that we really know to do this, to limit it to $5. And the reason, if some of you are thinking at home, like, why do people donate money to these people? Why do you give $100 to a millionaire, right? And it's really, I don't know the reasoning super behind it. This is my just thought process. I think it's just for like validation, because typically when you donate, it pops up on screen, your name shows up in front of 40,000 people, 50,000 people, depending on how many are watching. The streamer, if he's someone, because to some of these kids, like, these streamers are as if you were to go see an athlete or a movie star. Like, it's someone they look up to. It's like, so to hear that person read your message and say your name or say your username or whatever, I mean, it'd be the same way as you going and potentially getting an autograph or potentially meeting, your other idol, whoever your other idol might be. So I know to some people it might seem like, why do you do this? Why do you donate money? But I feel like that's kind of the reasoning behind why people do it. So Pokimane's giving those people, if they want to donate to her, a great opportunity to, hey, we're only limited to $5 and you can still get your name caught out. If that's like the reasoning behind why you do this. Do you know what I mean? So I don't know. I think it's pretty admirable from her. I would like to see if other Twitch streamers, bigger Twitch streamers, will follow behind it. I have a feeling though that not a lot will. As bad as that sounds, and I might be wrong. I don't know. I might be wrong. But I have a feeling
know
like...
a lot of...
Go ahead.
I don't know a lot of people that have Twitch deals, but this is people's lives. So they can't do the same thing as she did and just say, okay, I'm capping it.
Yeah.
That's it. This is their job. So they have to make money to get by, to stream.
Yeah.
So...
And
it'll be interesting.
There might be some people, not to just say only, that only get like 500 viewers who might only, again, I don't mean only in terms of like, that's not a big deal. They might only have like maybe 500 subscribers, which is decent money. But like when you break down what 500 subscribers is, if it's all tier ones, again, I'm going to just do the math real quick because I don't want to get embarrassed like I did last time and not figure it out. So if you do 500 times, what is it, 250, that's half, it's $1,200. A month, which $1,200 that's good money, but that's not enough
and
money
that's if they also stay consistent, the subscribers.
That's if they stay consistent. So like that's not a ton of money to really live off of. I mean, I know at least here in America, like you could go find here in Pittsburgh where I live, the cheapest apartment if you want to rent an apartment is going to be at least $600. Do you know what I mean?
And then you're going to be streaming, so you're going to have to pay higher
you have all your utilities,
power.
Yeah. So I don't know. $1,200 is not a lot. So you could donate to those people a higher amount than $5, which would help them, which is what her message kind of is go support like the smaller streamers or the channels that actually need it. So we'll see. But I do have some other. I just have two people's reactions, two streamers.
Oh yeah.
The first one that we're gonna watch is from Tyler One. He has kind of an interesting take on it. It's a little different than I don't know. We'll just play it. You'll see. Hold on, let me get it up here on the stream. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and play it now.
For that $100, dude. I seen that Pokey did the $5 bullshit. You can only max $5. I need to do that honestly because I cannot stand fake reacting. I mean, people send $100 and then I feel like an asshole if I'm not like, oh my god, whoa, that's crazy. But the people are too stupid not to do that. Thank you, Nathan, for that.
Okay, so Tyler One, his reaction behind it or reasoning behind it is a little different. He doesn't like faking it. I guess when you're as rich as he is, $100 isn't a big deal. And I don't think that there are people who fake reactions for $100, but I will say I bet there are a lot of people who do fake reactions for $100 because you got to think we are saying that these people are millionaires, and the meme that I said earlier is why would you donate $100 to a millionaire? These people legitimately are millionaires. Like this is not like a joke. Like they are millionaires. So $100 to them, like really, okay, even if they're not millionaires, say they have $500,000, $100 to them really isn't a lot of money. Now, $100
change to them.
$100 to a smaller streamer like who knows, Moose Jonas. Plug. Twitch.tv/Moose Jonas. Who knows? That would be a lot of money, and that would be a genuine reaction, opposed to you donating $100 to Tyler One or Pokimane or Lyric or whoever, because these guys are making a ton of money. So his reaction is a little different on why he wants to limit his to $5. Will he actually limit it to $5? I don't know. I would assume not. Again, I don't really feel like a lot of streamers will limit their donations. Also, I don't know if Streamlabs takes a cut on any of this. I'm assuming Streamlabs does not take a cut on any donations, because if they do, they just opened up a can of worms if streamers wanted to follow suit. If you're getting all these big name streamers, they just opened up a can of worms for themselves to not make money or to limit the amount of money they're making. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I got no clue. I didn't even bother to think of that.
Like, I don't know if they make a slight percentage on these, but so if you think you got people who are donating $500 to $1,000 every single time to some streamer, and they might be making a small cut on that. Again, I don't know if they are, but I'm assuming they're not, because they had to have thought this through. If they don't make money on it, then of course they're gonna say, sure, if we want to do this to these big streamers, because there's other other streaming services out there. Like you have Stream, what's the other one? Streamlabs, and there's the other one. Yeah, Stream Elements is like the other big one that you can do donation pages through and stuff. So this is a great way for Streamlabs to like kind of get themselves up front and ahead of everybody, saying, hey, we're willing to work with you guys, partner up with us, and we'll make it work. So that has to be the reasoning behind it. They can't be making any money on it. But again, I don't know for sure. So
Tyler's reaction made me forget a point that I want to bring up, or made me remember a point I want to bring up. That I read an article saying that she was every time she got like a big donation, it always like put weight on her shoulder, because she was scared that she wouldn't live up to the expectation if they're willing to pay that much. So it was just uncomfortable for her to get like a huge donation and then not live up to what they were expecting.
Yeah, that's
so.
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah,
and
because the streamers already have biggest streamer such as her. They already got thousands of people watching them, and then they're also donating, expecting even more. So that's a lot of pressure.
That is a lot of pressure. Yeah.
So
it's
good that she's willing to change.
Yeah,
even if it's like for herself.
Even if it's for herself, but it seems like it's the betterment. Even if it was for herself, it still seems to be a betterment overall. It's a betterment
for Twitch
in
general.
For Twitch in general, for her Twitch viewers, so now they don't have to spend as much money if they really feel obligated to spend the money. She now doesn't have that obligation or that pressure to feel like, oh my god, this guy just gave me $500. Like, I need to do whatever he said. Like, what if he said, like, I don't know. I mean, you know, $500 is a lot of money. What if he was like, "Oh, stand up for me," like, does she want like now? That's but like okay, I know I had to make it like weird, but like that's
I get it.
do you know what I mean? Like that's a lot of pressure. That's a lot of money. What are you gonna do? Say no? Then he's gonna charge you back, and you're gonna hit back with the chargeback fees from PayPal. Like, it's a lot. It's a lot. So it's a lot to think about. But I do have one more reaction that I want to play. One more streamer's reaction, and this one is actually from XQC, which is one of our viewers' favorite streamers, Thing957. Yeah, so let's go ahead and play XQC's reaction here.
Every time that one creator does something, that's good, for some reason, I don't know why, everybody, instead of going, oh, that's good, you know what they do? Instead, they don't do that. They say, holy shit, all the other ones not doing it, they're bad. And that's really a really odd way of thinking and doing things. And this happens on Twitch across the board every time. Anytime somebody does something, it's always like this. It's not, we never ever celebrate somebody doing good. We always shame others for not doing it. Okay? Every time.
So that's XQC's take on it.
Wow.
So he doesn't think that it's going to reflect in a positive light. He thinks that it's going to be looked at in a negative from everyone else because, so if I think what I'm taking from what he's saying is that now instead of Twitch coming out and saying, hey, great job, Pokimane, or anybody, not really necessarily Twitch, they're going to say, hey, why the hell aren't you guys doing this? You're all bad for not doing this. So that's a different take. I mean, the two streamers that we had, Tyler One and XQC, surprisingly, weren't many reaction clips that I could find. So that's why I have one from XQC and Tyler One. But what do you think about his reaction and his take on this whole $5 thing?
So I don't really like XQC all that much. Like, he's fun and all, but like his opinions are like sometimes really like scared and dumb. Yeah. But like this is actually really good. He's actually thinking in the mind of the internet, because whenever like something happens, there's always like bad, even if it's something really good. Yeah. So I do think that there's going to be a lot of negative on other streamers because, oh, why are you making millions and not doing this, huh? Yep. So I think we're going to see a lot of that. Hopefully not a lot, but I do think we are, unfortunately. Yeah, I know. That's just how the internet rolls. Yeah, and it's going to be worse if it's half-assed. If some people follow her footsteps and others don't. It kind of seems like now she has to be the only one or everyone has to do it, because it's going to be kind of like what you said, and what XQC said is like, if you're not doing it, you're going to look, you're bad now. You're bad and everyone should, hate you. And you know how much cancel culture is going around nowadays. Yeah. So, which I hate the cancel culture stuff, but that's dumb. Another topic. So yeah, that is like a whole thing that could potentially happen. So it's like everybody's got to follow suit, like these big name streamers, or nobody's got to do it. I feel like for the bad mouthing to not happen, or not continue to happen. Yeah, and if that does happen, it could fall back on Pokimane and everybody be like, oh, look what this mess you made. Yeah. You just had to go drop your price to $5. Yeah. And it's just so dumb how stuff works like that, but it does, unfortunately. I really hope it doesn't happen. And that's like what that cancel culture is they just find one scapegoat to like argue and yell at, and that's what they do. They just go attack. And yeah, the internet has a ton of trolls, obviously, especially on Twitch, a lot of trolls. They would easily eat that up if they'd love to hop on that. Yeah. They would. So yeah, that is our last topic. Kind of our last topic. We have one dumb topic that we're gonna talk. It's a stupid question. I'll let you talk about that one though. So did you have anything else you want to say about the whole Pokimane $5 thing? No, I think I spoke my piece about it. Yeah, I'm happy that she's doing it. Good on her. Yeah, I agree. Good on her. I hope it brings more positivity to Twitch in that sort of light. We could use it. We'll just have to see. Yeah, 100%. So, Zoo, I'm going to let you bring up our last
topic.
Do you want to announce what the name you made up for it?
So we've been like dabbling back and forth what we're calling this, and we really don't have a great name for it. So we're just calling it what? Questions of the Internet, I think.
Yeah.
Questions of the Internet, which is stupid because the Internet's not asking these questions. We're asking these questions. And what we're going to try to do at the end of every podcast is just ask a kind of really basic or stupid question. Just to see like how people respond, because since this podcast is available, I forgot I haven't been uploading these to YouTube, which I'm going to. But these podcasts are going to be available on YouTube. They're available everywhere on Anchor. They're on Spotify. They're on Google Podcasts. They're literally everywhere, so you can find them everywhere. And you're allowed to leave like comments and stuff, so you can answer anywhere if you want.
Don't forget to review us.
Yeah, you can review us, give us stuff like that. 5 stars, obviously, that'd be great. But anyway, so we're calling these questions of the Internet. Just to ask a kind of a stupid question, just a way to end the podcast. So
It's wild talk. Let's get a little wild.
That's right, wild talk. This first question is super wild. So we're doing just one, right? We're doing just one as an episode?
Yeah, just one. Okay. Just one this episode. So the first one is pretty simple. Yeah. Apples or bananas?
Apples or bananas. Now, I have... This should be a simple answer, right? And I'm not going to make it simple, of course.
Okay.
It depends... what apple, if I'm picking apples or if I'm going to pick banana. So
I didn't think about that.
I mean, there's like a ton of apples, and there's technically like a few different types of bananas, I think. Like you have like those like Mexican bananas that are like really like hard or like awkward shaped compared to what we have. I don't know. I swear to God, I saw them one time.
I never heard of those.
I swear I saw them one time. I have no idea.
It's probably a thing.
It might be a thing. I'm probably just lying to everybody. No idea. Someone Google Mexican bananas. I don't know. So it depends. If I'm picking like either a Gala or a Honeycrisp apple would probably be my go-to. Now, I like Granny Smith apples, like the green ones, but like I'd probably take a banana over a Granny Smith apple.
Really?
I think
I prefer green apples more than bananas.
Really? Okay. See, that's where is the questions of the Internet. So just short answer. If we don't have to make it a complicated answer, I'll give my short answer as well. Apples or bananas?
I say apple.
I say apple as well. And I think everyone would pick apple. I don't know. Maybe not. Because bananas are good in their own right. If you could cut up a banana, like put it on like, a toast with like peanut butter or something. Oh, it's pretty good. I mean, but you can also, I eat apples. I cut up apples and I eat them with peanut butter as well. Like I dip it in the peanut butter. Yeah. And that's pretty damn good too. And apples are a good source of, surprisingly, energy. You can get like, not caffeine from it, but you get like energized from them. Some of them.
Interesting.
Yeah. Like it's actually, if you like look at some like workout websites and stuff, it's recommended you eat an apple before you go to the gym if you want like more of a natural energy opposed to like doing an energy drink or like coffee or whatever.
Yeah.
So little fun fact, little tip for you guys: eat an apple before you go work out. It should boost your energy, and if it doesn't, I don't know.
Sorry,
I'm not a doctor. I'm just reading things that I've seen online, so I don't know.
Yeah, but with bananas, it's also like it's got to be right. Because if you want a banana and they're green, I gotta go for an apple. But if it's just right, it's like really spotty, but it's not mushy.
That's the sweet spot.
Oh,
yeah,
I love
that.
them.
Is true. Like most apples, like if you got like a little mushy spot, you can eat around it, you can cut it off, whatever. But like a banana,
or you can just still eat it.
Or you can just still eat it, yeah, if you wanted to, yeah, because like it's still good. But like for bananas, I'm very big with that too. Like if there's too green, no. Like if they're still right, like no, it's not gonna work. They have to be at that perfect like texture and like color to be good. So
and then if you miss that spot, guess what? You can make banana nut bread.
That's very true.
That's great.
That's very true. So that's my apples is my short answer.
Yeah, bananas take time. Just for them to be right, you can grab an apple anytime. And
I feel like bananas, like they have a window of like, I don't know, 6 hours that they're perfect, and then all of a sudden they're just not good anymore. Okay, 6 hours is aggressive, obviously, but like I feel like it's like okay, they're green. You missed it for a day, and then now they're terrible, and it's like I've been waiting to eat these, and now I just completely missed them.
Exactly.
So yeah, with apples, you typically don't have that.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's how we're gonna end the podcast from now on. We're gonna do our questions of the internet. Hopefully you guys at home have enjoyed it. Zoo and I will come up with another good one. I don't even know if this was a good one for next week.
I think so.
I thought it was a great one. Again, I'm pretty biased to liking everything about our show. So
Yeah, it's great.
anything else
Rate
you want
it.
to talk
5
about?
5 out of 5.
Yeah, real quick though, like
no.
I like how you keep saying rate it because I don't think we've ever talked about rating it. This is available
Yeah.
literally, I'm pretty sure everywhere but Apple Podcast because we have to upload those ourselves or something, and I haven't been able to figure it out. So we're working
Okay.
on getting it on Apple Podcasts, but it's on Spotify, Google, it's on Anchor, and it's on like 4 other ones that I've never heard of. One's called like Over Podcast or Overcasters or something. Podcast, I don't know.
Interesting.
It's available in a lot of spots. So if you guys like the show, make sure you go out and rate it, review it if you use Spotify or, Google Podcasts or wherever. It does help us out. So we do appreciate
Yeah,
it.
it'd be much appreciated.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think that's all of our topics for tonight. Guys, as always,
Yeah.
I will be live right after this. I just end the stream and then I get me into the right category, right topic of what I'll be playing. What?
One thing.
Yeah.
What are the road to 2070? What is it? What's it look like?
Oh,
Road to-
2070. We are still sitting at 254 for Biden. He is still in the lead, but nothing has really changed. Or 253, I'm sorry. Nothing
Okay.
has changed. Nevada's supposed to be releasing their numbers soon. Once Nevada starts releasing their numbers, like Biden might be the winner like tonight. And I might stream this because we might be seeing the 46th president of the United States tonight. Granted,
That's
it's
crazy.
probably Trump's gonna fight it and take it to court and all that kind of stuff. But tonight, if Nevada starts releasing their numbers and it goes in favor of Biden, like they were saying it would, we might see the new president tonight.
Yeah. We'll just have to see.
We'll see. Of America, obviously. All right. Well, I think that's it for us. Zoo, as always, thank you very much, man. I appreciate it. I had a good time, and
Thank you.
I look forward to our talk next week.
Yes, sir. Hopefully we got some good topics, some good wild questions.
I think we will. All right, guys.
Awesome.
That's going to be it for us. Thank you very much. Everyone have a great night. Again, like I said, I will be live right after this, so stick around. We probably going to be watching the presidential election. So thank you guys very much again. Peace out. See you guys very shortly.
Bye, guys.